everyone, welcome back to the channel. So in today's video we are going to be continuing our colour along in Johanna Basford's book Small Victories, and the picture that I've chosen to do today is this little one here. So I'll go ahead and zoom you in and we'll get started. Okay, so first going in with Chromium Yellow Deep, I'm going to make a start on the background and I'm going to go for like a sunset in the background here. So I'm just going to start by adding this colour in using light pressure just to the very bottom piece here where it joins to the sea. Next, taking yellowed orange, I'm going to start to add some orange in as well. So again, I'm going to use light pressure. I'm going to take it slightly over the yellow that we just did, and then just bring this colour a little bit further up across the page. Then going in with orange, I'm going to do the same again. So light pressure, going to take it slightly over the last colour that we did and fill in some of the sky section with this colour. Then next, taking Baker Miller Pink, I'm going to do the same again. So light pressure, take it over the last colour slightly and fill in some of the sky with this colour. Then I'm going to use Rose Red and do the same again. So light pressure, take it over a little bit of the pink and fill in some more of the background. And then finally, I'm going to use Orchid Purple to fill in the rest of the space, just using light pressure. Okay, so now we've gotten our base layers down, I'm going to go back in with Chromium Yellow Deep and I'm going to start to add more pressure to this bottom section here and just start to darken this bit up. And I'm going to use normal pressure and take it just slightly into the orange as well, the yellowed orange that we did. to start to work on our blends. Then taking yellowed orange, I'm going to make a start on our orange section. So this time when I go over the yellow, I'm going to lift the pressure off so that it's not as dark. And then I'll use normal pressure where it's just this colour and normal pressure where it goes into the darker orange as well. So the only place that I'm going to use the lighter pressure is when I go over this yellowy colour here, just so that it doesn't overpower it. And then I'm just going to pop back in with chromium yellow deep and just use normal pressure and just make sure that this is blended out nicely. Okay, so next we're going to go back in with orange. Now this is quite a darker colour, so I am going to lift the pressure off when I take it over the lighter orange. And I'm also going to lift the pressure off when I take it over the pink, because I don't want it to sort of overpower our pink. So the only place I'm going to use normal pressure is in the middle sections. So just normal pressure in here in the middle and really darken up this colour. And then again, just lift off as you go into the other colours. Then I'm just going to go back in with yellowed orange and again just normal pressure and take it over this bottom blend line just to make sure that it's all blended out nicely. Okay, and then next going back in with Baker Millet Pink. So I'm going to do the same again and start to fill in the pink section. This time I'm going to use normal pressure as I take it into the orange because it's such a darker colour that we can use normal pressure to blend these two together. And then I'll go ahead and fill in all of this pink section using normal pressure. Next, I'm going to go back in with rose red. And for this one, I'm going to use lighter pressure to take it over the lighter pink because I don't want to lose that pink colour. So I'm just going to use light pressure and run this all along the edge of the pink. And then back in with Baker Miller Pink, I'm going to use normal pressure just to go over where we've just done that light pressure. Help our little blend. And then we could go back in with Rose Red and use normal pressure to start to darken up this section. And then again, I'm going to lift the pressure off here as it goes into the purple colour. So just light pressure along this top edge. And then going back in with Orchid Purple. I'm going to use normal pressure. Take that over where we just did the lighter pressure of the last colour. And go ahead and fill in the last bit of the sky. If you feel like it's too dark, you can always lift off the pressure, get a bit of a lighter blend. I'm going to go back in with Rose Red and I'm just going to use normal pressure and go over our blend. Okay, so that's how our sky's looking at the moment. So I'm going to move on to the sea part and I'm going to first go in with pastel blue and do a light base coat all over the sea section. So I'm going to take it over this as well. So all of this here I'm going to do as sea. So I'll just go ahead and put this colour down using light pressure. Then taking cornflower blue, I'm going to add some shadow into our sea. So I'm going to start by darkening up this bottom line because I think this would be a little bit darker. So just normal pressure along this line here. And then start to lift the pressure straight away to blend this out. But take it a little bit higher in the corners. And then just using normal pressure, I'm going to run this along these lines. And what I'm going to do is make this into almost like waves. So I'm just going to add a little bit onto that one there and then follow the line along. And then here I'll just taper it out. I'm going to follow this line along as well, again just normal pressure for this. And here I'm going to taper that one off too. And we'll do the same over here. Just going to darken up this bit a little bit more, so just a bit more colour to this bottom edge. And then again I'm just going to lift the pressure off. Then going back in with pastel blue, I'm going to use normal pressure and run this along this top edge here where it meets the shoreline. Go ahead and fill in that little corner there just using normal pressure. Then I'm going to take this all along this edge line up here. And again, bring it down the side and join it into this darker blue. We'll go over where we left the lighter pressure of the darker blue just to blend that out a little bit better. And I'm just going to use normal pressure to fill in this top section actually. We'll do all of this top section lighter. Okay, and I'm quite liking how that's looking, so I'm going to go ahead and just use normal pressure with the pastel blue and go ahead and fill in the rest of the sea. Then taking lime peel, I'm going to go ahead and do a light base coat onto this grass section here. So I'm just going to use light pressure and just add this green tone in. Then taking pea green, I'm going to add some grass into this. So I've got a very sharp point and I'm just going to add some tiny little lines into the grass to make it look like the grass is growing. And then taking grass green, which is a little bit darker, I'm going to do the same again and randomly add some little grass pieces in. And then going back in with pea green, I'm just going to darken up some of our pea green ones. And then taking spring green, I'm just going to use light pressure but add some more colour to the background because it's still looking a little bit light. So I'm just using light pressure to go over this. Then taking goldenrod, I'm going to do a light base coat on this boat. So I'm going to make the boat look wooden. So this is going to be our lightest colour, kind of an orangey brown. Then I'm going to go in with burnt ochre and start to add some shade to this. So I'm going to start by darkening up where it joins to the sea. So I'm just going to use normal pressure on this bottom edge. And then just lift the pressure off to blend that out. I'm going to add some shadow along the top. And then again, I'll just lift the pressure off to blend this out. Then back in with goldenrod and normal pressure to fill this in properly. Okay, and our shadow's not looking quite dark enough, so I'm going to go in with sienna brown and do the same again. So just normal pressure on the bottom and the top, and then lift off to blend it out. Then taking grass green, I'm going to make a start on the grass that we've got here. So I'm just going to use this for the bottom piece of each of these sort of grass blades and just darken up the very bottom section, just using normal pressure. Some of the smaller ones I'm just going to leave if they're too small. Then taking spring green, I'm going to use normal pressure, take it over the darker green and fill in the rest of the grass. Then taking scarlet red, I'm going to do these little flowers red. So I'm going to use normal pressure right at the bottom here. So that's the darkest part of the flower. And then I'm going to lift the pressure off as you come to the top so that it gets lighter at the top. And I'm going to do the same for all of these little flowers. And then I'm going to use the white pencil just to blend that end piece out so that it stays lighter. So just normal pressure for this. And then I'll just go back in with scarlet red and just really darken up the bottom section of each flower. Then going back in with goldenrod, I'm going to do a base coat on our tree trunk. So just light pressure. And then we'll use sienna brown for our shadows. So I'm going to darken up the base using normal pressure and then lift off about there by these flowers. And I'm also going to darken up the top where it joins to the leaves. And then again, just lift off the pressure as you come down. And we'll just add a little shadow here too, so a bit of normal pressure there, and then lift off around it. Back in with goldenrod, normal pressure, blend that together. Then taking pea green, I'm going to use light pressure and add a base coat to our palm leaves. And then I'm going to use grass green as our shadow colour. So this first leaf here, I'm going to darken up where it joins to the tree, normal pressure. And then I'm going to start to lift the pressure off here to blend it out. This one's pushed a little bit further back, so I'm going to darken up all of this section here and along here using normal pressure. And then I'm just going to lift off the pressure here for the last bit of the leaf. This top one, I think we'll darken up the bottom side, so normal pressure along this edge and then lift off towards the middle. We'll do the same for this one, so we'll do normal pressure along the bottom edge and then again lift off in the middle. This one we'll just add a little bit where it joins to the tree and lift off. And this one we'll darken up to about halfway using normal pressure and then lift off for the bottom piece. Then I'm going to go in with spring green, go over where we left the lighter pressure and fill in the rest of the leaves. I think that's quite a good colour contrast. So I'm going to go ahead and use normal pressure now and fill in the rest of these leaves. Then taking dark brown, I'm just going to go ahead and fill in these little coconuts down here using normal pressure, so they're a little bit darker. Okay, we've just got this little boat left to do. So I'm going to use golden rod and I'm going to add a base coat to this sort of wooden pole that would hold the sail up. And it goes along this edge too. And then we'll use sienna brown to add a little bit of shadow. So I'm just going to darken up here where it joins to this pole and here where it joins to the bottom of the boat. And then lift off the pressure. And I think we'll do a little bit on this edge and lift off and a little bit on the top and lift off as well. Then back in with golden rod and normal pressure, blend that out. Then taking Hello Turquoise Light, I'm going to do a base coat on the sail itself. So just light pressure, add this colour in. Then using Hello Turquoise, which is a little bit darker, I'm going to darken up the bottom piece here where it joins to the wood and then lift the pressure off as it comes out. Then back in with Hello Turquoise Light, normal pressure, I'm going to take that over where we just left the lighter pressure of the darker colour. And then I'm going to lift the pressure off to blend this colour out. Then back in with your white pencil, make sure you've got the red off of it. And I'm going to use normal pressure to blend the final section of the sail. Okay, we've just got this left, but I'm not sure what it is, so I'm going to do it to match the sail. So I'm going to do a base coat with Hello Turquoise Light. And then using Hello Turquoise, just going to darken up the bottom section of each one. This one will darken up under there because that would be a little bit darker and just a little bit at the bottom. Then I'm just going to lift the pressure off. Go back in with Hello Turquoise Light. Just go over the blend. Then back in with the white and go over the top piece. Then taking a white gel pen, I'm going to go over all the black lines in the sea. And we'll just add a little highlight to the end of the sail and a little one on the flowers. Okay, you guys, so here is the final result. So I hope you enjoyed this colour along. If you did, don't forget to give it a big thumbs up, and I'll see you guys in next week's video.